My friends, I'm pleased to finally show you here on YouTube my first ever Los Angeles car. You know, I've been wanting to get a G-Class for quite a long time now. I've done so much research, whether it's in this book, for example, or online. Went to check out a lot in person as well, drove a few. And there was not a single day where I didn't have one of those little notes in my pocket, just in case I found the perfect G and I wanted to leave my number on the windshield. Let's see if that works. Talking about doing due diligence, I think I've done my job month and month and month, trying to find the perfect one. And when I was searching for it in one of my daily little marketplace scroll, I stumbled upon Le Car. Let me tell you, an opportunity like this doesn't happen twice in the US. So I directly reached out to the owner, went straight to check out the car, test drove it, and then did an offer, which he accepted. Also because I knew that the car needed a lot of maintenance to be able to run smoothly, since I came also with my friend JF from Mars Automotive,
but of course,
who is a French car mechanic based here in Los Angeles. Then we did all the paperwork, took a last little selfie with the previous owner, and then Claudette was on its way to Mars Automotive to get it fixed while I was in Indonesia for 1 month. I'm pleased to finally show you my first ever Los Angeles car. Claudette. In this video, I'm gonna show you why I believe that this car is the best car to drive around here in Los Angeles. Then, of course, I'm gonna show you all the little funky things, as Doug Demo would say, quirks and features that this little car has. And to finish, of course, I'm gonna show you everything I have in mind to transform this thing into something that I would think is even cooler or just simply more practical. And my goal is not to make it perfect. Like a good wine, the more age, the better it gets. But before that, a little backstory about the Renault Le Car, or Renault 5, and why it holds a big spot in my heart. Okay, the Renault 5 is a legendary car. If you're not French, you probably have never heard about it. 5 stands for 5 taxable horsepower, which is a rule we set up in France. And in the US back in the 80s, when they wanted to release the Renault 5, no one really understood what it was. So then a marketing genius at Renault rebranded it Renault Le Car and did a bunch of funny commercials with it.
On s'amuse bien avec. On l'appelle Le Car.
Yeah, since then it has been a great success, even here in the US. So back in 2007, 8, no, I can't remember exactly. My parents actually bought a Renault 5 for my sister, brother, and myself to learn how to drive. Yeah, this was the actual first car we got to learn how to drive. Talking about my brother, let's actually go back in time a few months ago when we got the car and revealed it for the first time. And yes, it is absolutely not a G-Class, it's a Renault Le Car. I'll show you quickly everything about this car right now. Jeff, tu sais quel moteur il y a à l'intérieur? So engine in this is a whopping 1.4 liter DRE, probably between 15 and 30 horsepower. I'm not sure about that. It has an incredible boxy shape. It has tiny wheels, as you can see, probably as narrow as most of the motorcycles these days. You have the classic Californian plate. When you have a vintage car in California, it's actually not the black and yellow plates. You have blue and yellow plates. We have the engine bay, which hidden under. And you have this spare wheel that is fitted like millimeter. Oh, that's the beauty. Look at this. The wheels are actually so light. The engineer who made this were brilliant. We have this incredible red interior on a white body. As you can see, total coincidence, it matches this collection that we just released. It's so rare that this happens. The upholstery definitely needs a bit of work, but otherwise the car, it runs. It has like some kind of an issue within the carburetor, so things needs to be tweaked a bit. It reminds me of the early days and like all the good memories. I actually had one night where we slept 4 people in the old Renault 5. Not with you. Back seats can access directly by moving this one. Beautiful back seat as well. As As you can see, the upholstery on the ceiling needs to be also redone, unfortunately, but it's actually fortunate because I wanted to show you guys how to make it look as perfect as possible.
It has amazing bones.
That's the most important. The rest is just aesthetic. What else can I show you? The back, quickly. We have a beautiful trunk with a lot of storage. 1, 2, easy. You can fold these, even fold this in case you want to lay down and go to a driving theater and watch it from the back of your Renault Le Car. And also put surfboards because this will be important. So yeah, the whole project starts now, and this is also one step of the project. The G-Class is still under process. You will see the whole idea of why. I think it's gonna be a fun idea. J'ai un peu de gras sur les mains. First off, Renault 5, let me give you 5 reasons why this car is the best car in Los Angeles. Holy shit! What was that? I wish I could film it. First of all, Claudette is different. It is not like that car that just drove past. It is different, and that's something that I love about her. She's cute. I've never seen a Renault Le Car before in LA. She stands out. That brings me to number 2. When something is different and it's cute at the same time, it makes people smile. Probably half of the time I've been driving around Venice, I have an interaction with someone, whether it's someone that used to own one back in the days or just someone that is wondering what it is. On to the third reason. It's the only time you can have a small one and brag about it. I could park it anywhere. I've never had an issue finding a parking spot. Which brings me to number 4. If the car is small, it usually has a good gas mileage. At least that's what they claimed in the ads back in the days. The gas goes slowly, the car does not. Which brings me to the 5th and last reason. It has a manual gearbox, which means this car has an ITR. Instant throttle response. So now let me show you a few of those features, quirks and whatnot that this car has. First of all, as a good French car, you need a ashtray. Because you like to smoke in France, you need one in the front and then one in the back for your kids, because eventually back here, it's not like you have extreme amount of space for a grown-up adult. This is so tiny. Then of course, you have your little lighter, but apparently, maybe because he wasn't French, the previous owner installed this lovely plate that says on the dashboard. We have quite a few funny things, like first of all, this button doesn't do anything. This is the fan. It actually only works when it's all the way. Halfway doesn't work. Everything you need, as simple as you can think about. This also is a button that doesn't do anything, but this is probably something that the previous owner has installed. Compass / thermometer. This is a compass, and I guess some kind of a timer or stopwatch in case you want to race. Then you have this beautiful climate control. You can choose the air amount and also the heat, which doesn't really want to be cold. The little auto radio is very simple, as you guess. It has a thumb and tape. We actually got this homemade tape that has a bunch of custom music from the previous owner, I guess. Also, I love how you can just tweak the equalizer directly. You don't have to like go into settings. If you want more mids. Since we have a tiny car, eventually we needed to have a tiny windshield control, which only has 2 modes efficiency. Glove box, do not expect to have any sorts of closed glove box. Pedals are so tiny. My shoe barely fit on the gas pedal, which is ridiculously small. Of course, because we're in California, there is the vehicle emission information on the window. Not even centered, printed in France. Because in California, the emission regulation is very strict, and that's why you have to pass a smoke test anytime you sell the car every 2 years, which this car didn't actually have since 1997. If you look closely here, yeah, the car hasn't been legally driving or hasn't been on the road since 1997, 28 years. So now you might be wondering what's next with Claudette. I might bring it back to JF just to fine-tune a few stuff engine-wise, which I will update in one of the next video. Also, I'm thinking about placing maybe 2 little fog lights in the front just because it looks cool, and also because I can't really see anything at night. I would say a little roof rack could be a great option as well, just to have more space to carry stuff around. And especially if I would go and surf a longboard, there's no way I can fit a longboard in this car. And of course, the upholstery and the roof inside needs to be redone. It is falling apart, so I definitely want to take care of that. But yeah, overall, I really like her, and I really think we're gonna have a great time together. make sure to subscribe. There's gonna be quite a few more videos and also something a bit unexpected coming up really, really soon. Maybe sooner than I anticipated, but I'll be in the next video.